Our next presenter is Tanya Chevnell.
In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few, said teacher and writer Shunryu Suzuki Roshi. So, where to begin this presentation? Like other beginnings, there are so many possibilities. It's exciting and it's daunting, like the first day of school, or starting a new job, or traveling someplace, somewhere you've never been, and having to figure out where you are and where you're going and how you're going to get around. Maybe you don't speak the same language. Maybe you don't know the customs. And maybe you're in this strange new place because you've come to find work or to start a whole new life. Beginning is like being on the edge of a frontier where wonder and vulnerability roam, where questions outnumber answers, and the unknown warrants our attention. Beginner's mind refers to having an attitude of openness and eagerness and a lack of preconceptions, even when approaching something at an advanced level. Last week, I heard a very successful Maine-based author who's written several highly acclaimed novels talk about how she approaches her next book. She comes at it not from being an expert in her field of fiction, and not by projecting past successes and everything she knows onto the new relationship, but by being open and curious and letting the characters come to her. With a beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. Like not seeing a dead fallen tree washed up along the banks of the Sheepscot River, but seeing giraffes, lots of them, and freeing them through imagination and hands and tools and heart, like my friend Irene, who's a sculptor. Orson Welles, the actor, director, writer, and producer, spoke of the importance of carrying around the gift of ignorance. Because by clinging to what we already know, we close ourselves off to the possibilities and to the spirit of inquiry and curiosity that can enliven the most everyday relationships and activities, even with the little buddies and the people and things that we know and love the most. Open and present to the possibilities, beginner's mind can also be there to help us around life's unexpected hard bends and sharp turns. We're sorry, we're going to have to let you go. There's been an accident. Your test results are back. Why don't you sit down? I think we need to talk. Life can render us a beginner. Like when your own mom looks you in the eyes and asks, "Does your mom know you're here?" "Mom, you're my mom." Beginner. And when you don't have a mom anymore, beginner. The month I turned 37, someone encouraged me to try playing the bass guitar. It was February, and I said, okay. 2 months later, on April 25th, I played in public for the first time. It was my first gig, and I had just about enough notes to make it through 7 songs. But most of the people who came to Pete and Larry's Hotel Lounge in Portland that day were people that I knew. 3 months later, on July 24th, I played for 20,000 people at Gillette Stadium. Beginner. That was opening for Toby Keith and Keith Urban, and I was petrified, but I looked at the people in the front row, and I played my notes, and I had the once-in-a-lifetime thrill of a stadium show performance with 3 stories of sound behind me and feeling the power in my pluck. That was over 1,000 shows ago. Obviously, the support and talent of my bandmates and luck and good timing helped me get there, but I never would have been on that stage without beginner's mind. In 1845, my 19-year-old great-great-great-grandfather walked all the way from Canada to Biddeford to find work. He was a pioneer, he was an immigrant, and he was a beginner here in Biddeford. We are a nation of beginners. With few exceptions, we all came from them, and they all came from somewhere else to begin here. My ancestor Israel's story inspired me to try to make a documentary film. It's my first film. I've been working on it for 3 years. I still don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know if people are going to like it, but I'm doing it. This is a storyboard from that. Walking into the not knowing is a courageous step, whether it's into the amazing, into the heartbreaking, or into the everyday. Forced migrations are becoming a part of our everyday. Right now, in pockets around this room, there are apps updating, and there are algorithms continuously tweaking in our midst. I've been reading this book about the future and technology, and it makes me miss the days when a cloud was a cloud and a friend was a friend. The wild, wild west that is the frontier of ongoing, accelerating technological change is daunting to me. But with a beginner's mind, by exercising a beginner's mind, it helps. Beginner's mind helps me have the courage to say, I don't know, and it reminds me that I love learning. And the love of learning makes me want to be on the frontier, even a daunting one, even the ones that make me really uncomfortable. Hello, my name is Tanya, and I'm at a PK. We are constantly becoming who we are, and we're in good company. There is a big, beautiful universe of beginners up there. And the wonder in that encourages me to be present with a beginner's mind for the inner and outer, amazing, heartbreaking, and everyday discoveries. Thank you for being present.